Hello, adventurers! It is I, Celeste Venture, and welcome to my YouTube channel. And for today, we are going to be continuing my August series, which is How Solo Tabletop RPGs Leveled Me Up. And this is part 2, and we are going to be talking about the benefits of solo tabletop RPGs and mental health. So, for today's little imagery, I have this little mushroom dude, and he spots you, a tired adventurer, and he's offering you a candle, and he's asking, do you need a little more light? So I thought this was a cute imagery of how solo tabletop RPGs kind of help me with my own mental health. So before we begin, I did want to mention that solo tabletop RPGs, I'm pretty sure it's obvious, but it is not a cure for mental health issues. Obviously, if you think you need therapy or you need to see a professional for different types of treatments and stuff, please look into that and don't ignore that. So that is just my little preface. I'm just going to be talking about how solo tabletop RPGs just really helped me kind of navigate my own mental health. And so for the first point I wanted to mention, tabletop RPGs, they are a safe space for me to explore my own creativity. And that is because I have no audience. Obviously, I do love creating content here for you guys, but at the end of the day, my audience is just me. And so I tell myself to not have any expectations. It's simply a game and a story that we're playing. There's no judgment. I feel like there's just this no need to quote unquote act or put on a certain face. And why I say that is because I have some GM kind of experience leading campaigns for a couple of friends and stuff. I have so much fun playing with them, but I feel like my mindset is very different compared to when I actually play for myself solo. And so I actually do have an audience. If I am a GM for my friends, it's them, clearly. I love to try to think of ways to tie them into the story. And so I might do some weird voices or something, or I probably will try to explain and describe the setting, the scene in a very vivid kind of way to draw them in. And so I'm just trying to cater to who my audience is. And so with solo tabletop RPGs, I can just drop that, which feels really nice, and I'm able to just play simply for myself. And the other thing too is I feel like the safe space that I create for myself to explore my own creativity, that also taps into my inner child. I mean, just thinking about growing up, we play with toys, and we talk to ourselves as we're, playing different characters with our toys and stuff. That's kind of why I really enjoy tabletop RPGs and playing it solo, because it kind of reminds me of that younger version of myself. So I think that is the number one point, is it's a very safe space for me to just explore my own creativity. Number 2, I like to say that I find solo tabletop RPGs a nice mindfulness exercise. You learn how to stay present, and there's also this intentional quote unquote slowness. I know with these videos it might seem like I'm playing kind of fast, but there are times where I actually stop the video and I think about the certain words and stuff that I see on my random tables, and I really try to be intentional to think of how I should interpret certain words or certain dice results. And so that intentional slowness really helps kind of calm down my mind in that way. And I think it's also that tactile feel of rolling dice. It's that sensory engagement. And also when I think about all the PCs, the NPCs, the setting in my games, I really like to think about, okay, what did they see? Do they hear anything? Do they smell anything? And so again, it's that mindfulness exercise, which is really, really important and nice to practice. And now, number 3, I'd say that playing solo, it actually helps kind of build your problem solving skills. You kind of learn what you need to do when you get stuck. Like if there is a certain word that you're trying to interpret, and you have no idea how to interpret it, you probably want to roll another word that you think that might support that previous one. Or you can pull out your, I don't know, you can pull out Google and look up like synonyms or something for different words. I feel like this also brings me into problem solving skills when you're working with a group. If you have like a group of like PCs and you're managing a couple of PCs, or you decide as a GM you want to bring in an NPC that will help your character out, kind of reminds me of when I'm at work. I do have like a team and we try to make sure that we're helping each other out and we're checking in on one another. And so I think asking for help and also kind of learning how to just figure out the problem by yourself, that's a nice balance. And I kind of train that type of like mindset and thinking when I play solo tabletop RPGs. You think of just different ways to solve issues, and I feel like playing tabletop RPGs really kind of tap into that skill, which is really nice because I feel like you can apply that to like so many different things. And now for number 4, it fosters a sense of agency and control, because you're not just participating in the game, you're also steering how you want the game to go. So you're able to set the pace. You can even control the risk, like when you do like a yes no table like this, you can adjust it. No matter, it doesn't really matter how you adjust it, but yeah, you are able to adjust the twists, how many random events kind of occur. So it's really all you as a GM, since you are steering it. And then as you are participating as a player, when you're in your player mindset, you can also kind of reflect and learn the direct results of your actions. So when you're playing your tabletop RPGs, your PC will be kind of given a couple of choices of how they would navigate a certain situation. You would eventually choose what you would want to do as the PC, and then after that, when it is resolved, you kind of learn and reflect on, okay, how did that go? And even after you're done like playing for your session, you reflect on, what are some things that I liked about how I played today? What are some things that I didn't like? And you get to really reflect on how you like to just set the scene and play. So I feel like this sense of agency and control is really good too, because you also learn how you enjoy solo tabletop RPGs, because not every single system out there is like meant for you. And of course you won't find the perfect one out there. So I think it's really important for you to reflect on things that you liked and things that you didn't like in terms of the mechanics and flow of play. And now, for the last one. Honestly, for me, playing solo tabletop RPGs is a really great way to escape from reality and just kind of pause on the busy life. And I feel like it's also an interesting way for me to process certain emotions or hardships. For example, Morgwyn. Like Morgwyn in my Cairn campaign, A Vinekind's Revenge, she has had a hard time trying to navigate how to kind of rekindle that like friendship and like sisterhood that she has with her twin sister. And so I don't know, that kind of reminded me of my sister. Like we sometimes like fight and argue. I mean, that's just what siblings do. But then eventually we get over it and we just figure out how to like get along again. And so I feel like it's kind of interesting seeing how there's certain aspects of my life that are tapped into the tabletop RPGs that I play. And of course, it also depends on the type of system that you want to do. I like seeing tabletop RPGs as an escape from just the busy life, because it's also just a nice way to not have your mind like think so much about stuff going on. And it also is very dependent on the type of solo tabletop RPG that you're playing. I have not played this type of style of like gaming, but I think there is a tabletop RPG that I've seen that actually helps players navigate grief and loss. I've heard that that's really helped them kind of, settle some like tense like emotions in their mind. And so I don't know, you can go like that route if you feel like you need some sort of outlet in that way. There's cozy, which is really nice. Cozy like tabletop RPGs. There are RPGs that are not action based, and it's simply just based on like storytelling, and that might be a really great way for you to play as your escape. When it comes to solo tabletop RPGs, it's a really nice way to just like pause. And I think that is super, super important, especially if you think that you're not quote unquote like creative. I would encourage you to tap into tabletop RPGs and you will see just how far your creativity can go. I've had like a couple of people reach out and they got excited that they are able to play their tabletop RPGs. One of my buddies, he mentioned that he got Ironsworn and he's using the Mythic GM emulator, and I'm so happy that people are really tapping into this because it's just such a different way to be creative, and I really want people to experience that. So I encourage you that if you are struggling with your mental health or you just need to find some sort of healthy outlet, I'm telling you to look into tabletop RPGs. It's a really, really fun and great way to just pause on life. Yeah, these are just my 5 points on how solo tabletop RPGs really help me navigate my own mental health, and it also heals my inner child in so many different ways. So alright, well, that is it for today's video. I hope this topic was helpful for you, and I hope that you guys are just having fun and you are tapping into that inner child and healing that side of you as you're playing. Well, anyways, thank you so much, adventurers, and I hope you enjoy. Until next time.